All right, so this is kind of cool. We have an opportunity to talk to someone who's maybe struggled with some health stuff in the past, struggling with it currently. Just people like you. I mean, you're the reason why we do this stuff. You know, we get an extra life. We play games, we have fun, but ultimately it's about the cause.
Exactly.
And it's raising money for sick kids and also the hospitals that treat them.
Exactly.
So it's every penny that we raise, we don't take a cut of it. It all goes straight to the hospital. That goes towards paying staff salaries, goes towards treatment and research. It goes to provide recreational activities for the patients while they're there. Just does all sorts of things. So it's cool to be able to be a part of it. We've raised, what was it? What was the magic number? It was $12,000 in the last 4 years. So it's cool. As our team, we've just done 12,000. So it's pretty rad. But anyways, I just thought I'd bring you in and just kind of tell everybody a little bit about your story.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
what's been going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed in 2013 with brain cancer and came to a shock, and it was hard for my parents financially and emotionally. And so, plus my dad just had gotten laid off that past year.
Oh, okay.
So, it was hard. My mom was providing for the family. My dad was a stay-at-home dad, which was nice for the fact that he was there.
He was around, yeah.
Yeah, he was traveling for the first 11 years of my life. I got to see him maybe 8 weeks out of the year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't get much of an interaction with him. So it was really nice that I got to get that bond with him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's grown our relationship as a father and son, which I think is amazing.
That is. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I think that it's hard, not having like a father figure. Sometimes
Exactly.
It's just when you go through tough things, it's just you need a dad to be present.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But with that experience, my dad being gone, it made me a stronger person, and the person I am today, the responsible, the inspirational person that you see.
Yeah. Yeah, you are very responsible and very personable for your age. I see you do stuff, like even at church and stuff. I mean, I see you serve pretty much every weekend, and you are there no matter what's going on in your own life. You're just available to people.
On
people's
faces. I was at the grocery store actually last night, and a lady, she noticed my scar. I noticed that she had her cancer hair,
Really?
and she asked what kind of cancer I had. I said brain cancer, and she started crying, and I asked her what she had, and she had lymphoma, and she was stage 3 or 4, which could be deadly.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for her because she has a higher risk of passing away and going up to heaven, more than I do. And I just been praying on it, making sure that she'd know Jesus. And
absolutely.
So
That's so cool that you have a heart for people that are struggling with something similar, but it's almost like if someone's diagnosed with cancer, you figure oh, okay, it's this level of oh, this is bad and everything, but I mean for you to kind of see okay, well, for you to be able to say oh, what I have, someone is struggling with something worse.
Exactly.
It's not something you would expect to think about looking on the other side of it, but it does make sense.
Exactly. The thing is, with a lot of hospitals, they don't. Hospitals and churches, they don't have a child support group, and the parents tend to shield their kids, and I think that's great in a sense, but it's also bad in a sense, because the only way I was able to get support was to reach out and find support. Now I'm the support for others, and which is amazing. I'm helping tons of people with other hospitals, with different organizations.
It's awesome.
So, growing relationships with that, meeting new people, just growing those, small relationships that build up to something greater.
Yeah. That's cool, and it gives you, maybe helps take your mind off your present situation
exactly.
a bit. You have purpose to it, and it's just okay, I have a way I can plug in.
Exactly.
Which is rad.
Yeah.
Now what's your current situation?
My current situation is a month or 2 ago I went to just a regular checkup, and was informed that I had slight growth of the tumor, and that shocked me
Mm-hmm.
because that year before it was shrinking, and now that's growing.
Yeah.
It could have been the way the MRI was taken, or even it was just scar tissue from the radiation.
Yeah.
But you always have to, all cancer patients and survivors always are scared and nervous when they're going into their checkups because they
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You could go in there for a simple checkup, say, oh, you're all clear, or you could be in there for an hour talking to the doctor and crying because you have that news
Mm-hmm.
that it's back. And that's
Yeah.
the scare for most cancer patients.
Yeah. Yeah. Hearing about it this time about a month ago, if you don't mind me asking, like, what was your first response?
I was shocked. No words could explain it.
Yeah.
It's just like you're frozen in time. Everything stops, and you just gotta keep going with it.
Yeah.
You can't let it stop you. So you just keep moving forward, and hopefully that'll work. And if it doesn't, you just ask God for help, and ask Jesus for His helping hand.
Absolutely.
So
I'm a firm believer in, God doesn't waste a hurt. If there's
Exactly.
something we're suffering through, it's not because He likes to watch us squirm, not at all. But some people, they've been hurt enough in their life where they think, God just has it out for me, like He's just
Exactly.
going to keep dogpiling on me. And it's like, no, it's not. He wants to help us out.
Exactly.
But there are times where we're struggling with something. We're like, why is it happening? And it's like, well, no, it's not really the why. It's what's the lesson in it,
Exactly.
And I think you've been super productive and not, and I told you this earlier, not putting life on hold, like I said, but just finding purpose in the meantime where there's a lot of confusion. You're not quite sure exactly what's going on. You're hoping that.
And it's opened new doors to opportunities because you'd never think, I work with, retired cops and regular cops,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure our church campus is safe. You would think that I would
Yeah.
want to be, go into, the PD, police department.
Sure.
But no, I want to be a social worker for pediatric brain cancer, to give back to the doctors and to give back to the community so that they can see God through me, but not also that I want to, just give back for what they have given me. I've diagnosed as a kid, so I thought, that'd be a perfect start to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I could see how people would think like, oh, okay, well, you're campus
Yeah.
security, so I can see
Yeah.
you fit that role, and it's like, okay, but there's more.
Exactly.
There's what's on my heart, and I think it's so cool that you have a clear definition of what you want to do and where you want to go. I think you have a wisdom and a perspective that most people your age don't have, just because most American kids, nowadays just living, it's just they don't have that perspective. I know I didn't. At your age, it wasn't until the end of high school where I was able to hang out and go on a mission trip, just
Yeah.
kind of get outside the country and just see people in extreme poverty, but they were happier than like anybody I'd ever met.
Yeah.
Like they had nothing. They had like scrap tin roof, and a dirt floor in their house, no running water, no electricity, nothing. But they were so happy and joyful because what they valued were relationships with people. And I've never forgotten that, and that's something that I would want everyone to experience, especially young people. So I think that's a fantastic example that you have. You have a chance to speak to people, your peers, and just say, hey, there's more to this than just being comfortable or keeping up with clothes I'm wearing or what I'm doing, and
Exactly.
there's so much more to it than that.
Exactly.
So thank you for being that inspiration to so many people.
Thank you.
And we've been, ever since you found out a month ago, I mean, a lot of the leaders, the church found out and everything. We've been praying for you every week, just in the meantime since we found out. So, but dude, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're more than welcome to come by any Monday that you're available. And I think you have a lot of good things to share with these guys. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, continue to enjoy the time with the guys for the
Yeah.
last 40 minutes or so. But thank you so much for
Yeah, no
stopping
problem.
by, sharing
Yeah.
your story, man. Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Appreciate it.